then there were four. Welcome all to the OCAA 2022 Men's Basketball Championship right here at Humber College as we get a live look at the Hawks Nest, all the beautiful banners up there for all the national championships as we get ready for the tournament opener between your Humber Hawks and the Lambton Lions. Should be a good one between a couple division rivals right here at the Hawks Nest. I'm Andrew Milani, right alongside my broadcasting partner, Manny Cowra. And Manny, Humber's had such a tremendous season. Saying that they're on a roll is really such an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah, coming in here with a 9-0 perfect record, just absolutely having the season, a phenomenal season, and rolling through opponents this season. 9-0, as we mentioned, 29.5 on three-point percentage, 96.1 points per game. Having a great season. Every player on this team has contributed to this. And we come in here, Humber comes in here winning 97-80 against Georgian College. And tonight's matchup is a rematch from February 20th against Lambton, where Humber won 86-73. So Lambton comes in here with a little bit of determination, and Humber rolling through it should be a good matchup.
And Humber's obviously led by a number of different stars on this team, but it's really the rookie that's been stealing the show.
Yeah, you got to look at number 20, Frank Mitchell, for Rookie of the Year. Killing it on the court, 14.5 points per game, and 62.2 field goal percentage. And every time he gets in the paint, he creates havoc for the other team for rebounds, dunks, and as soon as he dunks, the building's going to get loud, the energy's going to be inside, so Frank Mitchell's one to watch for the Hawks.
Yeah, that 62% field goal percentage, absolutely monstrous, and he's such a problem in that restricted area in the middle for dunks and rebounds, whatever it is. But on the Lambton Lions side, who do you like, Manny? Yeah,
Lambton Lions have a couple players that can be troublesome and keep an eye out for. I'm going to look at number 12, Darius Canty. Having a great season so far, 15.9 points per game and 45.7 field goal percentage per game. So Darius Canty leading the Lambton Lions. He should be a leader on the court, off the court, and someone to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing tonight to see who's going to get that matchup against him defensively for the Hawks. So it should prove to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned the matchup against Darius Canty, and we talked about Frank Mitchell already. One thing I've said all season long is that the Humber Hawks like to make this a difficult building to play against, and every player plays a part of that. Let's take a look at number 11, Kevin O'Toole. Collected 25 points against Georgian College and was recently selected as the OCAA Player of the Week. And let's not forget about number 7, Daquan Cathcart. Collected 20 points against Georgian College and was selected as the OCAA Player of the Year, and once again, All-Canadian recipient.
Yeah, and West Division first team as well, big for him. And Frank Mitchell, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, first team. Then Omar Miles, Coach of the Year.
Yeah, we talk about the leadership of the Humber Hawks and how the players impact the game. When you look at this roster, the leadership has to be coming from somewhere, and Coach Omar Miles has done a phenomenal job with these Humber Hawks all season long. It should be a great matchup. Omar Miles all the way.
A battle of two of the top teams in the OCAA Western Division. In fact, all four teams here are the top four teams in that Western Division, so it should lead to some very feisty basketball these next couple days.
Yeah, it's going to be feisty, it's going to be fast-paced, it's going to be exciting, and when the top four make it to the playoffs, and in this stage, it's always fun to watch, and it always gets exciting.
And
we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer for our awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nest here at the Humber Athletic Center. It is the OCAA Final Four. And this matchup is between the Lambton Lions and your Humber Hawks. At this time, we would like to recognize some of our OCAA award winners. First, Frank Mitchell. Frank Mitchell was a first-team All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, and the OCAA Rookie of the Year.
You tell me when.
Omar Miles. Omar was this year's OCAA Coach of the Year. And finally, Daquan Cathcart. Daquan Cathcart was a first-team All-Star. He was the OCAA Player of the Year and a CCAA All-Canadian. At this time, we would ask you if you can please stand if you're able for the playing of our national anthem. It is semifinal number 1 for the OCAA Championship. Introducing first the visitors, the Lambton Lions. A 6-foot guard out of Brampton, Ontario, number 2, Tyrell Miller. A 5'11" guard out of Brampton, Ontario, number 6, Cameron David. A 6'3" wing out of Brampton, Ontario, number 7, Journey Joseph. A 6'6" forward out of Detroit, Michigan, number 12, Darius Canty. A 6'4" wing out of Rexdale, Ontario, number 15, Tandre Morse. The head coach for the Lambton Lions is James Grant. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by the OCAA Coach of the Year, Omar Miles. A 6'1" guard out of North York, Ontario, number 7, Daquan Cathcart. A 6-foot guard out of Toronto, Ontario, number 11, Kevin O2. A 6'8" forward out of Toronto, Ontario, number 20, Frank Mitchell. A 5'11" guard out of Rexdale, Ontario, number 23, Dwayne Lambert Cador. And a 6'6" forward out of Toronto, Ontario, number 24, Rashad Chambers.
They're not all on. Why aren't all the lights on?
Difficulties here.
And there you have it, the usual five for the Humber Hawks. Kevin O2, Frank Mitchell, Rashad Chambers. And there you see Kevin O2 getting ready on the sidelines as he heads into the court. Frank Mitchell, Andrew, getting ready to take the jump ball as usual.
And there the lights go. Back to normal here. And a couple big men lined up at center. I guess we know who the matchup's going to be for Frank Mitchell here tonight.
Yeah, both these teams showing lots of sportsmanship, hugging and sportsmanship going on. Kevin O2 saying hello to all the players on the court for the Lambton Lions.
And here we go, Frank Mitchell winning that tip-off easily. Almost wins it a little too easy as it almost went out of bounds. Lambert Cador in first possession, going to O2. Good ball movement here, three-pointer by Cathcart. It's good to open up the game.
Cathcart not taking any time, getting started early, and that's what he does.
Here we go, Cameron David to get us started here. Going inside, that's Canty. We talked about him in the opening. Jump shot, no good. Good defense by Mitchell.
And there's the defensive pressure from Frank Mitchell. Makes it so hard for the opponents to get around him.
Lambert Cador going inside. Back to Cathcart for three. He makes another. He's 2 for 2 early.
Daquan Cathcart just absolutely phenomenal on that play. What ball movement by the Humber Hawks.
And what great performance opening up the game by the OCAA Player of the Year, what you'd expect. Lambton back in possession. They're 0 for 1 to get things started. Jump shot there. That's by Morris. No good. 0-2 with the rebound. Lambert Cador going inside. He's fouled. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. We'll get another look at that three-pointer by, Daquan Cathcart. The second one he made from the corner.
Yeah, perfect pass by Lambert Cador there, going out of bounds. Recognizes Cathcart was wide open and sends it for deep three.
Lambert Cador, first free throw. Ooh, just not good. A little bit of an unfortunate bounce there. And Manny, it's been quite the season for the Humber Hawks. All 4 teams going with a great season, just one loss between the 4 of them, and really cleaning up during the award season too.
Yeah, most definitely. We talk about Humber Hawks and we talk about how difficult they make the Hawks nest to play inside and their defensive pressure, like perfect example right there. Frank Mitchell all around the rebound and then the Hawks around the three-point line. Lambton breaks in there, but Humber Hawks have made this building a very difficult building to play for the opponents in, and it creates a frustrating environment for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was Journey Joseph making his first field goal to get the scoring start for Lambton. Here could be an opportunity. Looked like it was going to be a fast break, but they stop up. Just going to settle into the half-court offense. Trying to get that ball movement going. We're looking inside, almost picked off. Player backs up for the shot. It almost bounced in. That was Tadri Morris. Humber right back on offense. Good ball movement here. O2 looking to go inside. There was no room. Cathcart another three. Let's see what he got. Can't make that third.
Yeah, tried to shoot that one quick as he was running out of time. Coverage was there, but great attempt by Cathcart on that.
Three-pointer by Joseph, no good. Picked off by Lambert Cador from off the rebound. Going in quickly to Frank Mitchell for the slam.
And that's what we talk about when Frank Mitchell makes this building come alive.
It was only a matter of time before he'd get his first, and what do you know, it's right in the opening stages of this one. Player going inside. Good defense there by Mitchell once again to prevent David from scoring.
Frank Mitchell likes to create havoc inside the paint offensively and defensively. Great example there.
And Lambert Cador drawing another foul as we had a look at that Frank Mitchell dunk.
Yeah, what a pass by Lambert Cador there. Finds Frank Mitchell on the inside, and Frank Mitchell's not going to miss that one.
As the old saying says, it takes 2 to tango, and Lambert Cador, quite the playmaker to help complete that play.
Yeah, for sure. Great vision by Lambert Cador there, and that's the second time he's made an impossible pass in this game already.
We're bound to see a bunch of those in these next few days as Lambert Cador finally makes a free throw here. He's 1 for 3 so far.
As he's having that free throw line shot, Kevin O'Toole and Daquan Cascard on the backside of that court having words with Omar Mild, always adjusting to the game. Omar Mild reads the game so well.
And it's just interesting to see here the Humber players are lining up. O'Toole and Cascard were way back in their own court, really anticipating any sort of fast break, not allowing Tyrell Miller to get open.
Yeah, we've seen Lambton use their speed a couple times, try to catch Humber off guard. So great read by Omar Miles once again. As I mentioned, he reads the game so well and adjusts the players accordingly.
Yeah, Tadre Morris is scoring a little too easy off that last play. Let's see if they can adjust to that. Hawks trying to get the ball moving once again. They're up 10-4. Great start here for the Hawks. O'Toole going inside for the bucket.
Yeah, what a drive by Kevin O'Toole. Just says, try to stop me if you can.
Lambton right back on offense. Down 8 here early. Nice move to his left by Joseph. He gets the bucket there.
Yeah, great fadeaway move there. And Omar Miles already making adjustments, having conversations with Frank Mitchell, telling him next how to adjust on the play.
Chambers fakes. Passes it off to Lambert Cador. Let's see what he does. Going inside, trying to draw the foul. Can't get it this time. Mitchell offensive rebound. He loses it though. Fast break, no! Cascard breaks it up. Great defense there. O'Toole for 3, makes it.
There's the leadership of Cascard. We mentioned it, he's a leader on and off the court for this team. Great vision, and O'Toole, just a perfect shot.
And the Hawks are almost up by double digits, not even halfway into the first. Shot by Lambton, no good. Cascard picks up the rebound, long stretch past O'Toole. He's gonna try for 3 again. He makes it again!
Oh my God, it's raining threes in here today. Daquan Cascard with 2 threes. Kevin O'Toole with only 2 threes. It's like, might as well send Oprah in here and say, you get a 3, you get a 3. Everybody gets a 3.
Yeah, perhaps we could see a little bit of a friendly competition between the two of them starting to build up here in this game. Cascard the rebound, quickly up ahead to Lambert Cador, going inside. Big block there. Tadre Morse. And look at that last 3-pointer made by O'Toole. Such a sweet stroke.
Yeah, Kevin O'Toole, what a great shot. And then he gets the crowd into it.
And Humber still on offense here, 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock, so still plenty of time to get a play going.
Yeah, that block was a great move by Lambton, but they ended up putting the ball out of bounds, so Humber's still in danger zone for Lambton.
Raheem Dennis and Jimmy Rich fresh into this one. Rich looking inside and banks that shot in.
Jimmy Rich with the addition of Frank Mitchell on this team. Jimmy Rich is another player to keep an eye out on inside the paint, as you saw there, and that's going to lead the Lambton Lions to a timeout because Humber is just rolling right now.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start at all for the Humber Hawks. And you mentioned Jimmy Rich, just so effective from that inside area because one of the most efficient players in the OCAA, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. And the points might not as well necessarily show it, but almost 80 points, 79 points in 88 games played, Jimmy Rich, 9.9 points per game. He's such an important player. When he comes off the bench, it allows the starters to stay fresh, and Jimmy Rich just contributes everywhere. Defensively and offensively, and there you go, there's Daquan Cascard starting the 3s run there, and that was just a phenomenal shot. You could see how energized he was.
Yeah, and definitely a big moment here. The first, not really the first playoff game, but the first of these final playoff games, you could say. And it's such a great way to get things started in the semifinals.
Yeah, you know, the Hawks are a predator in the wild, and they're known to set their vision on something and achieving that goal. Once the Hawks sets its eyes on something, that thing is almost pretty much as good as gone. It looks like the Humber Hawks have their eyes on steamrolling through the opponents and going for the very top spot, and it looks like it's going to be a difficult task for anybody to get in their way.
Yeah, the Hawks are the #1 team though, so they have that target on their back. You can't count Lambton out yet, still super early in this one. Let's see what Lambton's got here. Let's see what they got here for the counterpunch. Cameron Joseph playing the role of point guard, pass it off. Nice pass going inside. Defense played there by Jimmy Rich. Couldn't stop him though.
He tried to be careful there not to try to get a defensive foul. Great read by Jimmy Rich on that though.
Hawks right back on offense, up by 12. O'Toole looking to go inside, nice move. Lays that up and gets to the finish.
too, is such a determined player. And once he finds that lane and gets that drive going, it's just unstoppable player.
And O2 picks off that one there over to Lambert-Cador. Nice play there. No, can't make that basket. That was Raheem Dennis inside. No foul called.
Yeah, Raheem Dennis, just a little bit of too much momentum with the speed and took a little tumble there.
Morris looking to go inside. Lambton still hangs on to it. Mid-range J, that's good. Journey Joseph.
Yeah, Lambton a little bit quicker and a little bit more tighter on the defensive pressure. They're starting to come down the court towards the Humber side before the timeout.
Nice inside pass to Jimmy Rich, and he's fouled on the way to the hoop. He'll shoot two.
Yeah.
We got another look at that last play made by Kevin O2.
Yeah, that drive, just like I said, once he finds that lane and that drive, it's so difficult to stop Kevin O2.
Yeah, definitely one of the most exciting players here on the Humber Hawks. Really has had that ability in all 3 of his years of eligibility here. I remember when he was just that 6th man coming off the bench. Now he's one of the stars from this team. OCAA Player of the Week as well. Jimmy Rich makes his first. Hawks leading 23-10. Makes a second.
Yeah, just going back to that point, one thing I noticed about the Lambton Lions that they have adjusted after the timeout is they're starting to use a bit more full court press as opposed to waiting for the Hawks to pressure. They're not allowing the Hawks to move that ball pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's such an important thing against these Humber Hawks. You know, they like to put that pedal to the metal right away, right on that throttle. And Lambton kind of catching on to that right now. Let's see how this game goes. Raheem Dennis for 3, no good. Lambton right back on attack. Could be a fast break opportunity here. They're gonna go inside, no. That's Canty's shot, that's good from mid-range.
Yeah, Canty just comes in unnoticed there and walks in for a little bit of a too easy shot there.
Just over 3.5 left to go in the first. Jimmy Rich looking to go inside, tries to go for the bank shot, no. Raheem Dennis, the rebound, can't make that either. Great defense there by the Lambton Lions inside as they turn around on offense. Ball moved around. Canty with it, plenty of players defending him. That's out of bounds on Lambton. It's going to be Humber ball.
Yeah, let's take a look at that Lambton Lions basket by Darius Canty. What a pass by the Lions there. Darius Canty just walks in, no coverage on him. Easy shot for him.
A nice little slick pass there by Tyree Miller inside too to give him that assist. Hawks right back on offense. Kaskar to Dennis for 3. No, air balls it. Lambton looking to counterattack. Going end to end for the bucket. CJ Sky, what do you know?
Yes.
Great play off the bench.
Yeah, great play by CJ Sky there. And you mentioned Tyrell Miller for the Lambton Lions. We mentioned Darius Canty at the beginning of the game, but Tyrell Miller, another player for the Lambton Lions.
Daquan Kaskar for 3.
Tyrell Miller, 129 points on the season, so another dangerous player for them that can have an impact on the game.
And wide open, right underneath the hoop, CJ Sky for a second bucket in a row for the Lions. Lambton really having a strong play coming out of that timeout, now cutting that lead down to 9.
Yeah, they've adjusted well after that timeout, and
Dennis for 3, no good.
They're starting to take the game to Humber a little bit, but
as Jimmy Rich fishes the basket there. 29-18 the score. Out of bounds, it's going to stay Lambton ball. Despite, and we'll get a replay here of that Lambton basket going end-to-end. CJ Sky, great move.
yeah, great pump fake there on the first attempt, and then just puts that bucket in. And on that out of bounds, Lambert-Cador was not happy with that call.
No, not at all. He was arguing with the referee about that one. Picked off there, it's Daquan Kaskar. Tries to go over to Rashad Chambers, knocked away. It's going to stay Humber ball, though.
Yeah, you saw Rashad Chambers there, but Wasas Joshua on the other side was breaking out as well, and he was calling for that ball.
Hawks up by 11. Romeo Wasas Joshua now over to Daquan Kaskar. Gets the screen by Chambers. Backs up mid-range Jay. No good, but he's fouled and will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, Daquan Cathcart.
So the foul is
Just
on number 7, Journey
what can we
Joseph.
say about him that's not already been said? Leader.
Personal foul number 1, and team
We're
foul
going to
number
replay
4.
that foul leading to
To the line, number
these 2
7,
shots.
Daquan Cathcart.
Chance for Cathcart to get into double-digit points already. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Makes his first. Can he go 2 for 2? No, he cannot. Out of bounds. It's going to be Lambton ball.
Yeah,
Jimmy Rich thought it went off a Lambton Lions player, though.
Yeah. Jimmy Rich not agreeing with that call. Referee says it goes off your shoulder, not the Lambton Lions. But referee stays adamant on that decision.
And he had the best view of the house there. David with it, playing the role of point guard. Guarded by Osas Joshua.
You can already hear the Hawks nest getting louder and louder as this game is going on, Andrew.
Yeah, this has been one of the best crowds we've seen all season, maybe the best. Jimmy Rich picking up that rebound. Kevin O'Toole racing up court. Chamber pump fakes over to O'Toole. It's at the top of the arc, over to Osas Joshua. Looking to go inside, puts it up, he's fouled, he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, what a drive by Osas Joshua. Humber moving the ball quick now, trying to find open lanes.
Yeah, and Humber, really all game long, they've been doing this so effectively thus far. Just getting all those inside passes, getting to the line. It's a great way to get points.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Hawks. They move the ball so quickly, and they're not afraid to go side to side, up and down the court. They utilize the full court to try and find the open lanes, and they try to cause those turnovers and then miscommunications within the team, and then try to take advantage of that.
And of course, they try and get inside, but you know they have those guys from the outside that can make those shots too. So really, there's nowhere you can hide from this team.
100%, and that's where Kevin O'Toole comes in because he has such a great shot. Daquan Cathcart has such a great shot, and then they fake you out, drive inside, and then they make an inside lane for a close run. So you never know what to protect.
Floater in the foul. Journey Joseph will get a chance to complete the 3-point play.
So the foul's on number 23, Dwayne Lambert-Cador. Personal foul number 1, a team foul
Humber
number 2.
leading 30-20 here. Just a minute left to go in the first quarter, or just under a minute left to go, I should say. And that foul will be on Lambert-Cador, his first. And Journey makes it, completing the 3-point play.
Last minute of play in the first quarter.
Yeah, great game so far. Fast pace. We expected nothing less.
Here we go. Just a few plays left to conclude this quarter. Chambers throws it up for 3. No good off the side of the hoop.
And not surprising to see some scouting going on by the other teams there on the side.
Yeah, you always want to see what you're going up against. St. Clair and Redeemer on tap after this one, but winner of this game plays the winner of that game. Loser of this game plays the loser of that game. So, you know, some more basketball to be played for here.
100%, and as you mentioned at the beginning of the game, these 4 teams, interdivisional games, so they're very well aware of each other and how they play.
Yeah, you just want to get that last little bit of knowledge to help complete the challenge here. Journey Joseph going inside for another 2. O'Toole almost gets that one picked off. Goes out of bounds.
That'll be Romeo Osas Joshua heading to the line for 2.
That was Humber in the bonus at this point.
That was on number 24, CJ
that was CJ Sky.
Personal foul
A
number
pass
1.
made by Kevin O'Toole.
Osas Joshua still no points on the board for him so far. Hasn't seen that much game action though. Makes his first shot. There's 15 seconds left in this quarter. Time for Redeemer for one more play here. 32-23 the score. Humber up by 9. 10 seconds left to go.
Man-to-man coverage by the Hawks right now.
Picked off by O'Toole. Going up the length of the court to Osas Joshua. O'Toole, is that going to count? I think it will.
And just before the buzzer, O'Toole puts that one in. Gets gets the building loud once again.
Yeah, just got that one off in time. Just in the nick of time. Just when time we thought was going to expire. Kevin O'Toole there to save the day.
Yeah, great pass to Osage Joshua on that play too to find the final seconds, but Humber doing a phenomenal job in this first quarter. There's that replay right there. What a pass by O'Toole. Finding Osage Joshua and then just says, I'll do it myself.
Got to follow that rebound. One of the old adages of, playground basketball. Just never lose sight of that ball. Always stick with it. Kevin O'Toole really showing the best of that.
Yeah, most definitely. And St. Clair, my mistake, Lambton did a great job in this game after that timeout, taking the game to Humber and trying to...
All right, we will take a quick break here, end of the first quarter. Humber Hawks leading the Lambton Lions 34-23 in the opening matchup of the 2022 OCAA Men's Basketball Championship from Humber College. Back. It's the end of the first quarter, getting ready for the start of quarter number 2. Humber Hawks still on top of the Lambton Lions, 34-23. A big 11-point lead for the Hawks. And Manny, what were your impressions of that first quarter?
Yeah, we expected Humber to start the game hot and start early, which was no surprise to me. They have done that all regular season long, all playoff long. They like to take the game to the opponents. As I mentioned all season long, I've said it. The Hawks varsity teams like to make the Nest a very difficult place, and they continue to do that in that first quarter.
Players on the court getting ready for the start of quarter number 2. This looks like the starters are back on for Humber. Really, Coach Omar Miles has stuck with that same 8-player rotation, 9-player rotation all season, but you know who it's going to line at the end of the day. Those 5 starters have been so solid.
Yeah, you know what they say, if it's not broken, it doesn't need to be fixed. Omar Miles following that same thing. But one thing you'll notice about Omar Miles and the Hawks is that as the game goes on, more and more players will come in because he likes to get everybody involved and keeps all his players fresh.
Lambton's going to try again for 3. Makes it there, Journey Joseph, after Darius Canty missed the first one. Lambert Cador now calls for Frank Mitchell to come in. He's playing way back. Pass it over to Lambert Cador. Whistle blown. It's going to go against Humber. It's going to go the way of the Lions.
Yeah, Humber trying to find a lane, trying to get inside on that one.
David passes it off. Going over to Miller, going inside. Pass to Darius Canty, and he makes it. Canty 8 points already in this one. And Lambton gets it right back.
Yeah, steal from the inbound throw by the Lambton Lions.
Canty's gonna try and get from mid-range, no good. And Lambton's already within 6, so a quick start to this quarter, catching Humber off guard a little bit. 0-2 over to Lambert Cador. Jacks up a 3, can he make it? No. Frank Mitchell easily grabs that rebound, puts it up, and gets fouled for 2 at the line. And we'll get a look at Darius Canty here, going inside on Frank Mitchell for the bucket.
Yeah, that's most likely the matchup we're gonna see most of the night. Canty versus Frank Mitchell. And there he is, first-year rookie, Frank Mitchell.
This is his first shot, just rimmed out. Shot 2 is good, though. Humber on top, 35-28. David passes it off to Joseph. Miller now. Looking inside. Going for the no-look pass. No, that's picked off. And Humber's right back on attack.
Yeah, great read by the Hawks on that. That's great awareness.
Kevin O'Toole now. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a Mitchell screen. Going inside. Nice little move. Couple players from Humber going for that rebound. I think they each prevented themselves from getting it. That's a great move there. Journey Joseph for the bucket. Lambton hanging around, only down by 5.
Yeah, a little bit Lambton with a push here. You can see Cascard being vocal with all the players. He's the leader. He's letting them know where to be.
Cascard going inside against 4 men. Can't get it to go. Sean Chambers gets fouled.
Yeah, there he is for Lambton Lions. What a bucket, end-to-end play on that one. But Rashad Chambers will go to the free throw line here for the Humber Hawks as he was fouled inside the paint.
Chambers still no points yet in this one. Chambers first no good, just a bit too strong on that free throw attempt.
Yeah, the playoffs nerves get to you a little bit, you know, emotion gets to you, so sometimes you miss. There you see Chambers taking a deep breath.
Oh man, that one almost went in. Couldn't have asked for any worse luck there.
That one's gonna be going for the Lambton Lions as they'll get the ball for inbound.
Let's see if they can cut into this lead even further. Miller, jump back shot, that's good from mid-range. Right from the free throw line to be exact.
One possession game now. This has become, Lambton has climbed their way back into this.
I mean, you hate to call any possession must have one, but oh my God, Frank Mitchell, another slam. They needed that there.
Frank Mitchell says enough of that. Let's bring the noise back. I think we need to check the Richter scale after this one.
Extending that to a 2-point game. Miller trying to go inside. Fouled on his way up to the hoop is CJ Sky, as we had another look at Frank Mitchell's second dunk of the game. Great pass there from Daquan Cascard.
Team foul number 1.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell, just an absolute monster inside the paint. So difficult to defend and protect.
There's really no easy answer to that dilemma, is there? The noisemakers are in full effect here at Humber College.
Now that the crowd is here, as we mentioned, the home court advantage is so big.
CJ Sky obviously got that concentration going, though, as he makes his first shot. Shot number 2, he makes it as well. It's just a 3-point game, Humber leading 37-34.
Yeah, one possession game so far.
Chambers going for the dunk, gets slammed.
Chambers, every time he's gone to the paint and gone for a dunk, he gets fouled.
The foul is on number 7, Journey Joseph.
Foul.
Personal foul number 2.
There's the amazing pass. Chambers
3.
tries to go up, fouled once again.
CJ Sky couldn't believe it there. He thought he got him clean. First shot's good. Chambers finally on the board with his first point.
Yeah, just a matter of time. You find your groove, you find your rhythm. You gotta get that first one, and then
It's all easy from there.
smooth sailing.
Yeah, there you go. 2 for 2 from the line. Humber up by 5. 2-possession game. Lambton back on attack. They've been hot here in the second quarter. Miller, he's had a good shot here in the second quarter. Going inside, Lambert Cador moved to the left. Shot by Gikaura, no good. O2 making his way up court quickly. Going inside, puts it up. That's good. No need for Frank Mitchell, but he was right there on it anyways.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell providing support, but no need. O2 says O2's shot was just perfect on that one. One thing to notice on the side of Lambton Lions is that David Canty has been on the bench for most of this quarter.
You haven't seen much of him.
My mistake, Darius Canty has been on the bench.
Whistle blown. It's going to go the other way. I believe it's going to be an offensive charge
The foul is on
number 7, Journey Joseph.
Personal foul number 3.
There's look at that last bucket by Kevin O'Toole, just weaving his way through traffic, making it look easy.
Yeah, call him Connor McDavid because he just blew past 3 defensemen.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see what Humber does here on offense. Still the starting 5 on the court here for the Hawks. Inside pass to Frank Mitchell. Right back to Chambers. It was a hot pass, almost wasn't received. 0-2 for 3. No good. Chambers right there for the rebound, fighting for it. It's gonna be a foul against CJ Sky.
Yeah, they're gonna deem that ball was secure with Rashad Chambers.
Number 24, CJ Sky. Personal foul number 2.
It's gonna be Sky's 2nd foul.
Yeah, right there. Rashawn Chambers has a grasp of that ball. CJ Sky just reaching in. Easy foul for the ref.
And Lambton managing to find ways to stick in this game, but already a few of these players on their team in foul trouble. We could see a couple guys with 2, and I believe Journey Joseph has 3 fouls as well.
Yeah, a couple players, so something Lambton will have to keep an eye on. And as we mentioned, Humber likes to frustrate the opponent, and you can see that. They get fouls, they get inside, they frustrate you. That's their game mode.
Yeah, Humber's gotten into the bonus in both quarters here so far. So this could be a storyline to watch out for. Frank Mitchell picking off that rebound. Cathcart now moving his way up court quickly. Stops up. Over to O'Toole. He lost it. Out of bounds. It's going to go the other way.
Yeah, trying to move that ball quickly are Humber Hawks. They're trying to find the open lanes. That's their game. That's their style. Trying to move the lanes and trying to catch the inside.
Frank Mitchell playing defense on the inside. That's CJ Sky. He gets the bucket. He's going to shoot an extra shot here.
Yeah, it'll be and 1. Not agreeing with that call are the Humber Hawks fans. You can hear the displeasure.
Yeah, the Boo Birds have come out to play as we get a last look at that last little play. Yeah, definitely some contact there.
Yeah, most definitely a little bit maybe, but considering it's the playoffs, sometimes like plays like these happen, but referee's gonna call that.
Misses that shot, but Lambton gets the rebound, so they'll have another opportunity here. Just 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Miller with it, looking inside. Trying to get around Frank Mitchell was Tadrian Morris, and he does for the bucket. Lambton within 4.
Not an easy task to go inside on Frank Mitchell and be able to score.
Chambers in the corner, pass it out to O'Toole. He's gonna try and go inside, turns around, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Chambers, it's gonna go the other way. Bluebirds come out once again. The referee's gonna have a talk with CJ Sky though. Quick little word about that. Wonder about what.
Yeah, not sure what that conversation was about, but CJ Sky getting a warning from the referee for sure.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if something was said or what happened there.
Yeah, not too sure about that, but Frank Mitchell will be subbed out for the Hawks. He'll go for a little bit of rest.
Yeah, and those 5 starters have seen a lot of time here as Raheem Dennis and Jimmy Rich are both back on the court for Humber. Some key players here, some key rotation pieces.
As I mentioned to you, Omar Miles will like to keep his players fresh, and he'll like to use all the bodies available, so keep that in mind, and like keep an eye out for that.
CJ Sky, and looking inside, no good. Big block there. Was that Kevin O'Toole? I think it was. Cathcart, 3-pointer. Let's see if he can go for his 3rd. No. Batted out of bounds. Should be Humber ball. No, it's.
Yeah, they're gonna call that. They're gonna call that on Humber, so it'll be Lambton ball. But there's the replay of that. Great play.
Could have sworn I saw a shirt and an arm in blue touching that one, but not to be. 4 minutes left to go in this half. It's been a tight one all the way. Humber, a 42-38 3-pointer by Morris, or excuse me, by Sky, no good. Lambert Kador making his way quickly up court, going inside, yes!
Great end-to-end run by Lambert Kador.
It's a 2-possession game. Humber up by 6, 44-38. Tyrell Miller Guarded by Kevin O2. Trying to answer their call, and they just throw that one away there. It's going to be Humber basketball.
What a miscue by the Lambton Lions on that. And we'll take a look at this layup by Lambert Cador. What a run. And just goes through. Easy bucket. Nothing but net.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times here, whether it be Kevin O2 or Dwayne Lambert Cador, just cutting through that opponent defense like a hot knife through butter. Really something to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And after that miscue and out of bounds throw by the Lambton Lions, Humber starting to find the rhythm. Lambton Lions will take a timeout once again.
And last time we saw what that timeout did for Landon, really helped him out a ton. Do you think the same thing could happen again, Manny?
You know, it's interesting to say, Omar Miles has been very vocal and he's been adjusting his players and he's been pacing back and forth. So I'm expecting the timeout to kind of work in favor of both sides. I mean, I understand Lambton is trying to adjust to Humber's game, but Omar Miles has been watching the game from the other side, and he's, as we mentioned, he's a computer almost. Like, he studies the game and analyzes it so well and adjusts in-game, makes in-game adjustment. So I expect both teams to make adjustments accordingly, but I expect both teams to kind of come out faster as we're headed to the end of the second quarter as well.
And there's a look at the Lambton team huddle. James Grant's fourth-year head coach. And look at the Humber bench there, getting ready to dissolve, getting ready to come back on the court. And we'll get a look at some of that defense being played by Kevin O2. Big block there. All right, Hawks ready to go. 3.5 left to go in the second quarter. Trying to extend this 6-point lead. Caskart looking to go inside. Passes it off to Raheem Dennis, no good. And it's gonna come right back around.
Raheem Dennis appears to be holding his eye. Might have been contact, but no foul called.
Yeah, eye pokes can be a scary thing. Caskart now, pass it off to Dennis for three, no. Padre Moore passed it off. Inside pass to Miller. A little bit of lackadaisical defense being played there by the Humber Hawks, and he'll shoot 2 from the line.
There you see what great defense by Humber, not allowing the Lions to get into their zone. Raheem Dennis grabs that rebound. Humber goes the other way.
Yeah, that's why Raheem Dennis is on that court. His length, his size, so useful on defense.
That's the thing with the Humber Hawks. Their players have so much size that it gives them an advantage already on the court, and they're able to switch out size for size. There you see it. Jimmy Rich goes off. Another one comes back. There's Frank Mitchell once again. Or as they like to call him here, Frank the Tank.
Yeah, exactly. Noisemakers back in full effect. As Tyrell Miller shoots his first, misses it. Crowd loves that one.
Yeah, always try to rattle the opponents. This is why Humber's building is one of the toughest to play, and it gets loud in here. And one thing to notice, I've noticed in this game as well, is on both benches, Omar Miles hasn't sat down for 1 second.
You think he's into this game?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit.
First Final Four as a head coach must be an exciting and nervous moment for him. OCAA Coach of the Year, though, still can't believe it. Such a great achievement for him in his first season.
Yeah, what a season he's had. Not just a season, what a career he's had with the Hawks as well.
Caskart for three, no good. That one rimmed out.
And that'll be Hawks ball.
Good hustle there by Humber, keeping that play alive.
And Chambers will come back into the game, and Mitchell will head back out.
0-2 to inbound it. Long pass for Dennis. Looks to go inside, that one picked off. Great job there by Morse. Miller going inside, makes the bucket. Back down to a one-possession game.
Tried to go inside, was Raheem Dennis on that one.
Caskart can't get through traffic, it's gonna back up.
It's one possession game once again.
Gets screened by Chambers. Throws that home run ball out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to make sure the St. Clair team is paying attention to where the ball is.
Trying to get warmed up for their next game. A bit of a delay here as... There we go, there's the game ball. Had to find it for a couple seconds. But we're back. Cameron Joseph to get things started for the Lions. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Van Dyke couldn't get inside. Still guarded by Dennis. No basket on the play as the whistle blows.
Yeah, Lambton will head to the line for 2. They've clawed their back. One thing we've noticed, every time Lambton calls a timeout, they somehow manage to claw their way back in.
There you go. We'll get another look at that foul.
Right there, just a little too much contact on that play. Also,
Van Dyke makes his first. Van Dyke's second is good.
yeah, they're down by just 1 point. Lambton has clawed their way back into the game.
0-2 shooting 3. He makes it.
0-2 says we're gonna extend the lead. Makes it a 2-possession game once again. Humber up by 4.
Things were getting dangerously close for the Hawks. They just got it closer once again. Tadre Morris getting that quick bucket. Whistle blown.
Back and forth they go. 45-47.
No one wanting to relent just yet. Inside pass, Cathcart stops up for the shot, he makes it.
Humber starting to move the ball inside and outside, trying to use all open lanes once again.
No good that shot, Dennis the rebound. Lambercador, nice stretch pass to Cathcart, just comes up with it. Back to Lambercador, layup attempt, no good. Chambers just out of the way of that rebound. That's an offensive charge, it's going the other way. Tadre Morris picking that one up.
Yeah, what a great call by that one. Raheem Dennis, a defensive cornerstone on that play.
And Manny, that second between that call being made and Dennis hitting the floor, oh man. You could feel the intensity in this building between that, but it was just all alleviated with basically a bunch of cheers there. It was intense, crazy.
Yeah, Lambton, like I said, Lambton's clawed their way back into this game. That bucket would have tied this game. There's the replay by Kevin O2, the 3-point shot to give them a double possession lead once again. But after that offensive foul, just to make sure the Humber Hawks finish this quarter strong, Coach Omar Miles calls a timeout to rally the troops, make sure we're all on the same page. Coach is having a word with Frank Mitchell as he was on the bench. I believe he is going to be coming back into this game for the final few minutes of the second quarter.
Just 4 points separate these two teams, and still a bunch of basketball left to be played in this one. Really could go any way, but Kevin O2, I can see from the scoreboard here, leading the way, 17 points for the Humber Hawks. What a great game he's had so far.
Yeah, what a great game he's had for the court. We mentioned him at the beginning of the broadcast. We mentioned Daquan Cathcart and Frank Mitchell. All three have been having an impact. Raheem Dennis coming in having an impact. Jimmy Rich, all players coming in and out have had an impact on the game so far. Can't say anything about one specific player. Humber Hawks are playing like a well-oiled machine right now.
And here's a replay of the charge against Moore. Dennis had those feet set. Great job by him on defense. And just under 1 minute left to go, 54.6 to be exact. Humber's gonna get ball here. O2's gonna get us started. He's got the hot hand over to Lambercador. Back to O2. Good defense here by Lambton. That one's picked off. O2 loses it. Dennis coming in right back to get it. O2 for 3 from the corner. No. Dennis there for the rebound. He cleans up the garbage.
Great determination by the Hawks. Raheem Dennis coming up big twice on that play.
Going inside. Santurni was a little rushed in that shot, but there's a foul in the play.
Yeah, they're going to call that goaltending. That bucket is going to go towards the Lambton Lions.
Yeah, the Humber player's not happy about that one. Tell you the truth, I thought a foul was being called on that play.
Yeah, that's what Omar Miles had thought, but once he saw goaltending, Not happy with that call. Just about 15 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, about 1 second difference, shot clock, game clock. Here's 0-2 in defense. Cascard for 3, no, just a little too weak. Fight for the ball inside were a few players. Chambers coming up with it. And oh man, Manny, what a battle it's been so far. Just 4 points still separating these two teams. Humber leads 51-47 at halftime.
Yeah, great game by both sides right now. Lambton Lions calling the timeout, clawing their way back in. Both quarters, you mentioned it, they called their second timeout. You said it worked for them in the first quarter. It seemed to work for them in the second quarter.
All right, and we will take about 15 minutes off, but don't turn away. We'll be back for the second half of this one. Don't miss it. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest for the OCAA 2022 Men's Basketball Championship. Right here at the Hawks Nest, we're in the opening match here, the semifinal between the Humber Hawks and the Lambton Lions. And Manny, what an exciting one it's been so far. Both teams really going punch for punch. Humber looked like they had an early advantage, but Lambton's made this a game.
Yeah, most definitely, and we talked about it at the beginning, at the end of the second quarter there. Humber right there starting off early with a couple of three-pointers, 2 from Daquan Cathcart, 2 from Kevin O'Toole. Frank Mitchell causing havoc inside the paint, rebounds. We talked about all of this at the beginning of the broadcast. One surprise to me has been how easily Lambton has been able to penetrate the defensive zone for the Humber Hawks. Every time Humber seems to go on a run, Lambton likes to call the timeout, shift the momentum on their side, and then they are able to find the lanes and get their game going. So every time Humber starts rolling, Lambton finds their way back.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one here so far, and the scoring, the last 5-6 minutes of game time, it's been basically Humber leading at 3 or 4 points, and really we haven't seen much movement there. Let's see in the second half if we get a change to that. It should be a good one overall. A berth in the gold medal game is on the line here for the second half. 20 minutes of ball left to be played. Or dare I say 20 minutes or more, depending, but right now just 20 minutes. Humber in first possession. Lambert-Cador with it, looking for a lane inside. Does he have it? Nice pass off to Frank Mitchell for the layup.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell starting off on the right foot once again. Didn't play much in the second quarter, comes in this third quarter and starts the scoring early.
2 fouls on the day for him already. He battles for that rebound, but Chambers that comes up with it. Cathcart now in transition. O'Toole for 3, no good. Lambton's gonna go right back on attack. CJ Sky loses it, runs over Daquan Cathcart. An obvious charging call against him, he knows it.
And Daquan Cathcart knew that one was a foul as soon as that happened, and so did CJ Sky. Both realized and acknowledged.
And CJ Sky in some serious foul trouble now. 3 fouls already, 2 more, and he's out of this game.
Yeah, he'll have to be careful for them, as he has been an important factor for that team right now. 8 points on the night.
Frank Mitchell, nice pass, some good ball movement here by the Hawk. Pump fake there by Lambert-Cador to Chambers for the dunk. Oh, he can't complete it, no. Lambton right back on attack. Wide open for the quarter threes, Cameron David. No, he can't make it. Big break there for the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, big break indeed, and almost looked like a big break from Rashawn Chambers on the other end for a second.
Mitchell cleaning up the garbage inside. He was fouled, and he will shoot 2 from the line.
Yeah, 3 Lambton Lions on him. There's Daquan Cathcart telling the crowd to keep going.
He loves it.
Yeah, Cathcart feeds off the energy. Let's take a look at Frank Mitchell. 3 Lambton Lions on him. Still tries to 4th Lambton Lion on him. That's Darius Canty there. Didn't play much in the second quarter as well.
Mitchell makes his first. Yeah, and Canty as well. 3 Lambton Lions. Canty, Joseph, and Sky, all with 3 fouls each. That's one to watch out for. And they've all been key contributors for the Lambton Lions, as well as Mitchell makes his second. 55-47, Humber leads. 8.5 left to go in the third.
Great
Inside
defensive.
Yeah. Inside pass meant for Sky was batted all around. It's going to be Humber ball.
Yeah, CJ Sky trying to say that came off of Rashawn Chambers. Rashawn Chambers just looked at him and continued to go to his end of the court.
Yeah, why argue when the refs are on your side, right? Lambert-Cador crosses the timeline over to O'Toole. Back to Lambert-Cador. Cathcart, good ball movement here by the Hawks. Just trying to find that open lane. O'Toole looking inside, traveling though against Kevin O'Toole.
Yeah, not agreeing with that call is Cathcart. Will be an inbound throw from the sidelines. Nearly a full capacity crowd here inside the Hawks Nest. Everyone is here to make some noise.
Everyone wants to see the Hawks try and go for that one more gold medal. Battle here in the middle. Frank Mitchell playing good defense on Darius Canty.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell, good luck trying to get around him.
Bounce pass to Mitchell. He's looking at, no, nice pass to O'Toole in the inside. Wow, what a pass there. Frank Mitchell, not usually known for his passing ability, but a great job there. poked away. Steal here for the Hawks. Cathcart up for Mitchell, bobbles it almost, but he's able to complete the basket.
Frank Mitchell coming up big on back-to-back plays there. What a play by the Humber Hawks.
2.5 into this third quarter. Lambton. Their shot missed by Miller right by the right by the paint. Lambert quickly going inside, nice move to put it up. Mitchell battling for that rebound, can't come up with it. That's Journey Joseph with it. Running up court, over to Miller. Good defense there, no call on Chambers. Lambton Lions bench wanted a foul there. Cathcart for three, no good. Mitchell the rebound, puts it right back up, no good. Chambers the rebound. No, Mitchell the rebound. Oh my God, how did Humber not score there?
Humber Hawks surrounding the paint with Rashawn Chambers and Frank Mitchell.
Great defense there by the Lambton Lions. A great defense there by Frank Mitchell to prevent a basket. Home run pass there for O2. Just able to stay in bounds. Mitchell all alone. Can't complete the dunk. What is this?
A couple of miscues here by the Humber Hawks on that dunking ability. But Humber has also prevented the Lambton Lions on scoring those runs. So quite a rally between both teams there.
Darius Canty able to complete the basket there, and Kevin O'Toole wisely slow things down here.
Yeah, after that run there.
Cathcart's three, no good. Tyrell Miller going inside. A little too strong on that shot though. Up to O2. He's off to the races and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, great pass by Chambers. And Lambton Lions once again will call a timeout, and with that we'll take a look at that fantastic pass by Frank Mitchell to Kevin O'Toole.
And we'll get a replay here. This isn't the largest Humber lead. They were up by 14, but they're getting pretty close to it. That beautiful pass there. Rashawn Chambers up to O2, and before you even know it, he completes the play.
Yeah, Kevin O'Toole, such finesse in every play that he makes. But Humber starting the quarter on the right foot. Couple of miscues when they were in the paint, but getting those buckets, getting the lead back. And Lambton Lions will call a timeout once again to try and rally back and get back into this game as they have every quarter.
Yeah, and kind of shades, especially with that first quarter where Humber really got off to that big lead and Lambton cut into it. Do you think we're going to see that again?
You know what? It's going to be interesting to see, because I'm sure conversations went in with both teams and both locker rooms in the halftime, and it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust. Humber's moving the ball much quicker, and they're moving up the court much quicker than they were in the first half. But Lambton is also using a little bit more defensive pressure and trying to prevent Humber from moving that ball quickly, but Humber's still finding ways and lanes.
Yeah, we'll see how that matchup works out. A bunch of those Lambton players in foul trouble, so that could be contributing to some of the play here in the third quarter.
And there you see number 12, Darius Canty, going back on the court there. And number 2, Tyrell Miller for the Lambton Lions, who have had two players that have been having a great game for the other side.
Look at some of the Humber fans here. They gotta be loving what they see here this evening. Here we go, we'll get things started here. Cameron Joseph pass it inside. It's Darius. No good by Darius Canty. Humber on the counterattack.
Yeah, appears Frank Mitchell will go for some rest, and Jimmy Rich will come in.
Both big, strong players in that inside. Dennis now trying to go inside, turns all alone. Whistle blown. It's going to go against the Hawks, that call.
Yeah, they're going to call that one a carry. And Tyler Van Dijk will come back in for the Lambton Lions in exchange for Cameron David. Another substitution that Hawks have made is Rashawn Chambers for Raheem Dennis. So both big guys going in and 2 big guys coming out.
Let's see how that plays out here on the court. Morswith looking for a pass over to Miller. Miller back to Joseph. Puts it up. He was in coverage. Battle here for the rebound, won by Dennis. Hawks back here on offense. Jimmy Rich now. Fast pass to Cathcart. Foul called on the play. Not a shooting foul though.
There's going to be a foul on the floor. Hawks will have an inbound option here.
That's Journey Joseph's 4th foul. Not what he wanted to see. One more, he's out of this ball game. We'll get another look at that foul quickly. And he knew it right there. It was all over his face.
Yeah, we talked about Journey Joseph. He's having a game for the Lambton Lions. 16 points on the night. He's 1 for 2 on the three-point field goals. So having a game for himself tonight.
And not a player that Lambton wants to lose. He comes out of this ball game. They got to preserve those fouls. Whistle blown there. It's going to be a player shooting 2.
Yeah, and that one's going to go on Jimmy Rich for the Hawks. He'll get foul number 3.
And he's in foul trouble now as well.
And with that, Coach Omar Miles will take no chances, and Jimmy Rich will head off. Rashawn Chambers and Frank Mitchell back on. And as Mitchell comes on, there goes the crowd once again.
The Humber starting 5 back on the floor, and the crowd doing anything they can to get Tadre Morris out of his rhythm here for this free throw. These pair of free throws, I should say. Misses his first.
There's, you see Frank Mitchell communicating with the crowd, telling him keep the noise. There you see it again and again.
More.
That's why the crowd loves him. He likes to get them involved.
The rookie, they're bringing more ways than one with the rebound there.
Having a conversation while running back after winning that ball with Darius Canty, both friendly banter.
Mitchell coming to the outside. Tries to go the inside pass to Chambers, a little too hot. He's in Chambers' feet too.
Yeah, Omar Miles not happy with that pass attempt as well. Chambers was calling for it up high.
4:25 left to go in the third. 0-2 pass over to Cathcart. Looking to find his way inside. Backs up for the mid-range shot. No good. Mitchell battling for it. It's going to be a race here for the ball. Bit of a bad giveaway there. Good job there by Sky to outweigh his opponent for the bucket.
Yeah, a little bit of catching Humber off guard on that play where the Lambton Lions.
0-2 now. Slowing things down. Back to 0-2 for 3. Makes it!
Kevin 0-2, knock it. Yeah, what a shot. Kevin 0-2, look at that, releasing the arrow. And on that foul, Rashawn Chambers having a conversation with Daquan Cathcart, the leader letting him know, nice try, but just a little bit careful because he doesn't want any of his starters off the court.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna need every bit of help he can take here against these strong Humber Hawks here. They've been the top team in the province all year, maybe in the country, and they've been playing like the province's top team here today. Canty makes his free throw.
Yeah, Humber has been spreading their wings and flying high all season long.
Canty, 13 points on the game. 3 fouls, though, 1 to watch out for. 3.5 left to go here in the third quarter. 0-2's gonna jack up a 3 again, no good. Once again, Chambers and Mitchell kind of got in each other's way for that rebound. Second time it's happened this game. Back up for 3 is Van Dyke, no good. Mitchell, the rebound, was almost batted away. Quick attempt here, and Chambers completes the play.
Yeah, Rashawn Chambers showed duck and went for a little easy layup. A little show of this hand and go with one hand.
Darius Canty makes it from the free throw line. Humber up by 10, 66-56. Closing in on 2.5 left to go in the third quarter. Beautiful inside pass. Cathcart to Frank Mitchell for the slam.
Frank Mitchell getting the crowd involved once again with that big dunk.
Yeah, third of the day for him.
11-point lead now for the Humber Hawks, 55-66.
Bit of a hard foul there. Cameron Joseph trying to make that shot. He'll go to the line for 2. We'll get another look at that Frank Mitchell dunk. Nice little bounce pass there by Cathcart to set him up for that one.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell just unstoppable when he gets momentum going that way, and so close inside the net.
Cameron David makes his first from the line. First point of the game for him. Can't make the second though, Mitchell on that rebound. Closing it on 2 minutes left to go in the third. Lambert-Cador gets a screen by Chambers, back to Chambers. Looking inside, Frank Mitchell, where's he going? Hot pass, that's for Lambert-Cador inside, and an easy bucket for him.
That's the second time Frank Mitchell's made that pass and found 2 players that have turned into buckets for the Hawks.
Let's see if Lambton catches on to that next time. Darius Canty from behind the free throw line, no good. Millard battling for it, passes out to Van Dyke for 3, no good. Come up with by O2. And Lambert-Cador now work his way in. Minute and a half left to go in the quarter. Back to Chambers, in for Frank Mitchell, in the paint, throws it up. Oh, no good, just a little too strong on that one. That's David now making his way up court quickly. Goes for the layup, but once again, too strong. Battle here for the rebound. O2 went up a little too quickly there. They're gonna call that a foul.
Yeah, that one's gonna go on Lambert-Cador, a little eye poke. We saw a little bit of that on Raheem Dennis. That one, let's take a look at that replay. Frank Mitchell pulling out a bag of tricks. Just a beautiful pass.
Knew exactly where he wanted his teammate to go. It's a bit of a leading pass, we call that. You throw it to where you want your teammate to be, not where they are.
Humber in foul trouble for this quarter, already at 5 team fouls.
It's the first time we've seen Humber really get into trouble here with regards to fouls. Usually it's been Lambton doing that this game. Referee is having a word with the scorers table.
70-57 the score, a minute 11 remaining in this third quarter. Now Frank Mitchell will get called by Omar Miles to have a little conversation on the sidelines.
And Piers will get right back ready to go. First shot is good. Tadre Morris from the line. He's one of those players with 3 fouls on the day. This is a second. Rebound just out of the reach of Mitchell, but Humber comes up with it. It's Dennis over to O2.
And double team was Darius Canty on that one.
Just 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. Mitchell looking for a pass, can't find it. Cathcart now in the middle. Will jack up a shot from there. He makes it look easy.
What a shot by Cathcart on that one.
72-58, Humber tying their biggest lead of the day. Oh, and the circus shot goes in. Tadre Morris. Cathcart passed off to O2. Just 30 seconds left to go now here in the third quarter. They're gonna dribble it out, it looks like. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Mitchell coming in for the screen. O2 take that chance to go in, no good. But Chambers is right there to clean up the garbage once again. Lambton, excuse me, one less possession here in the quarter. 10 seconds left to go. Van Dyke for 3. No good. O2's gonna grab that. Will he jack up a shot? He will at the buzzer. No good.
That one was close. But Humber doing all the damage after the timeout. The timeout seemed to have gone in their favor this time, even though Lambton called it. Humber rolling in the third quarter, 74-60 to score, Andrew.
Yeah, tied for their biggest lead here of the game. Man, Humber really coming out strong for that third quarter. Just what you'd like to see as a Humber Hawks fan.
As a Humber Hawks fan,
And we are back here at the Hawks Nest 2022 OCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Game number 1. The home Humber Hawks leading the Lambton Lions 74-60. And Manny, what a great game, but really the last quarter has been the story and the difference here so far.
Yeah, for sure, and we talked about it just before the break there. Humber taking the game to Lambton in the last quarter, even despite the timeout on behalf of the Lambton Lions. We've seen Lambton come back in the first and second quarter, but Humber continuing their game. And I kind of mentioned that after the halftime, even though the conversation went on in both rooms, so I assumed Humber would have the advantage coming back from the timeout. And there's the Cathcart bucket right there. What a beautiful jump shot by Cathcart.
It made it look easy there, but what else do you expect from the OCAA Player of the Year, Daquan Cathcart, all Canadian as well?
He's been vocal with his team. He's been letting them know with what adjustments need to be made. And then you've got Omar Miles. All players have been playing like a well-oiled machine right now. I want them to come in this fourth quarter, play their style, lock down the court, and just make sure the Lambton Lions do not have any room to play their level of game.
The Lambton Lions might have a thing or two to say about that. Their backs are against the wall here, facing elimination. A berth in the gold medal game on the line here tomorrow. That one's scheduled for 7 o'clock. You know that this gym is going to be filled for that one. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, for sure, and we get set for the fourth and final quarter here.
Lambton in first possession here in the fourth quarter. Fake pass there, a little bit of a slick move by Journey Joseph. Can't finish the shot though. Sean Chambers almost has it picked away. He's gonna have to battle it to keep it. Goes up to the hoop and he's fouled on the way. He'll shoot 2. Some aggressive play by Lambton to get things started here in the fourth.
Yeah, what a play by Dennis. Steals the ball, goes all the way to the other end. Had Frank Mitchell on the other side, but just couldn't find the room to make that pass.
We'll get another look at that foul. And between that and the slick move there by Journey Joseph, Lambton pulling out all their tricks from their bag of tricks to try and cut this lead down.
Yeah, Journey Joseph has to be careful. He's just one foul away from being out of this game.
That's a good point, Manny. Not much room for error for him. But it appears he's going to stay on the court. Bit of a surprise move by Coach James Grant.
Yeah, he's been hot all game, so not surprising to see him out there still.
And Manny, the Hawks are up by 15. That's a game high, leading 75-60. Fourth quarter, OCAA semifinal. Nice move there by David, and he gets the bucket. It's going to count as a 2-pointer.
Yeah, referee says foot was on the line, counts as 2. But Humber, when they're up in the final quarter, that's not an easy task for any team to climb. And the lead right now seems to be by double digits, so that's working in favor of the Humber Hawks. They just need to play their style of game.
Cathcart calls for Frank Mitchell screen, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Darius Canty. Landon right back on the counterattack. David, that pass is picked off by O2. He's running up for it. Can't complete it, but Cathcart right there to get the bucket.
Yeah, the 2 leaders on the team connect for a easy bucket, extending the lead for the Hawks.
Joseph for 3, no good. Gonna go out of bounds, off the hand of Raheem Dennis.
Yeah, great defensive effort.
We'll get a look at that last Humber fast break. O2 leading the charge here for the Hawks. Bit too strong, but Cathcart right there to clean up that garbage.
Yeah, Cathcart cleans up the garbage, but Kevin O2 on that play. Great defensive awareness and great play reading ability, stealing that ball and just clear breakaway.
Yeah, with a lot of the explosiveness we've come to expect from him. OCAA Player of the Week. Lambton on the attack. Going in strong, that's blocked, Frank Mitchell. Long stretch pass to O2, he's got no one in front of him, but he gets the slam. What a sequence there by the Humber Hawks, and the crowd loves it.
Yeah, crowd loves it, and a little contact with Darius Canty and O2 a little bit after that.
Canty going inside. Frank Mitchell, some great defense there, though. Lambert rushing up court. Going up. And Mitchell there to clean up the garbage with a slam. And we'll get a timeout called here by Lambton, down by 19.
Yeah, back-to-back dunks in Humber, and the crowd goes wild in here. Let's take a look at that play once again.
Yeah, look there.
A big block by Frank Mitchell. And then big pass, and Kevin O'Toole slams that one in.
Big game for Kevin O'Toole, 26 on the game now for him. Leading his team, Frank Mitchell 15, Daquan Cathcart 16. But these Humber Hawks just working, everything's working their way here today.
Yeah, we talked about these three players in the beginning of the game, and not surprising that these three are right now the biggest point getters for the Humber Hawks. And Frank Mitchell just doing exactly what Frank Mitchell does. 11 rebounds on the night. Just a havoc inside the paint. And actually, Rashawn Chambers with 8 rebounds on the night as well.
Here's a look at that last dunk here by Frank Mitchell. Lambert Cador says, let me come through, and Mitchell says, let me help you out there, brother.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell letting the hammer down.
There's a look at that Lambton bench. Their heads are still in this game, but you can see a few sad faces already on that sideline. Not much time to make up for this one. Down by 19, that's a game high for the Humber Hawks, that lead. 81-62, a big mountain to climb here for the Lions.
That's Lambton hoping to get back into this game with the timeout, but if it's anything like the last quarter and Humber can stay in this game.
David going inside. Nice little move, but can't finish. Mitchell battling for that rebound, comes up with it. Tries to get the ball from Mitchell there. Gotta love that.
That's Frank Mitchell. He just makes it tough on you.
O'Toole looking to go inside, was blocked. It's gonna count as traveling. O'Toole's not gonna like that, but
he doesn't agree with the call. Expected it to be a foul the other way, but referee stays adamant on the decision. Coach Miles on the side. Just Miles right now.
yeah, he kind of just ran into a wall of man there. Not much you really could have done. Miller now. Long pass for nobody. That's going to go the other way. Hawks ball.
Yeah, that's easy turnover for the Lambton Lions towards the Humber Hawks. Not something they should be looking to do right now, considering Humber Hawks are starting to run away with this game.
Yeah, not what they can afford to do right now. Down so much with so little time. Lambert Cador had that one poked away. It's going to count as a foul, though. Miller's going to get charged with it. It's going to be his first of the game, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul on the floor.
Oh, no, that's going to be on Journey Joseph. That's his 5th foul. He's out of the game.
Wow, what a turn of events for the Lambton Lions, and he was having a phenomenal game for the Lions.
Yeah, big shame for them. We won't be able to see any more of him here this evening. Mitchell, the long-range shot, no good. O'Toole getting up for that rebound, but it's going to go the other way. It's going to be counted as a loose ball foul.
Yeah, another player, though, someone that should be careful for Lambton Lions is number 24, CJ Sky. And number 15, Tadre Morse, both sitting at 3 fouls apiece as well.
And Darius Canty.
Yeah, their MVP leader.
Canty going inside, gets a bucket there. Much needed from his team. Still down 19 here, though. 7 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Humber playing an excellent game in this 4th quarter.
O'Toole's floater, no good. Going up to get that rebound. Lambert Cador, and he finishes it.
Humber just playing a perfect game on both ends of the court.
Wow, what a 3-pointer made by CJ Sky over Daquan Cathcart.
Yeah, Daquan Cathcart, great defensive pressure, but CJ Sky just finds a way on that one.
Lambert Cador going inside to Frank Mitchell. Bounces it and puts it up there for the layup.
Frank Mitchell causing some confusion with the Lambton player defenseman.
Battling inside, that's Morse, no good. Chambers comes up with it. Lambert Cador now. Nice pass to O2. Great job waiting for CJ Sky, and he gets a chance to get the three-point play with that one. And a look there at CJ Sky's last three-pointer over the hand of Cathcart. Cathcart played that perfectly. Just an amazing job there by Sky.
Yeah, and that'll be his fourth foul for CJ Sky, so coach will take him out of the game.
Yeah, a bit of a shame that so many Lions have ran into foul trouble here this evening. CJ Sky obviously upset here right in front of us. Can't believe he's got 4 fouls already.
Yeah, and Cameron Davis heading into the game.
And a technical foul against the Hawks.
Yeah, that'll be given to number 11, Kevin O2, for the celebration after that bucket.
The foul was on number 24, CJ Sky, personal foul number 4.
No, two's gonna shoot is from the line now, his free throw. Humber taking no chances here. All 4 of their other players already on their defensive side of the court.
Yeah, they just want to make sure they lock down the court and don't allow any chances. They've got the lead, they've got the time in their favor. Just play a secure game and lock down the court.
Yeah, don't want that fast break going the other way. O2 makes his shot.
Especially when Kevin O2 can do that.
Exactly. 29 points for Kevin O2, number 11. Van Dyke's 3, no good. Battle there for the rebound. It's going to go the way of the Hawks. Darius Canty saying he was pushed, but they'll say it's out on him.
Yeah, referee not agreeing.
Under 6 left to go. Fourth quarter here. OCAA Men's Basketball 2022 Championship. Opening game of the semifinals here. Where goes the gold medal game? Long 2 by Cathcart. Wow, he makes that. 18 on the game now for him.
Frank Mitchell giving him words of encouragement.
Miller's three-pointer from long range, no good. Frank the Tank Mitchell couldn't come up with that one. It's Cathcart now in control. Lambert Cador. 5 left to play. Mitchell now from the top of the three-point arc. He's going inside on Darius Canty, puts it up, that's good. Canty a little bit frustrated going up against that matchup with Frank Mitchell, saying he was pushed there for the foul. Referee didn't see it that way though. Canty right back going to Mitchell. Great defense by Mitchell, but Canty gets that one to go.
Yeah, what a game both sides are having right now.
Humber up 22 though. Hard to believe this was a 1 or 2 possession game at halftime. 0-2 now. Looking for a lane. Puts up a 3. No good. Let's go Lambton ball. Some of the Hawks fans can't believe it. They thought it went off. They thought it went off David, the Lions player. There's a look at the crowd. They can't believe it. There's a look at the last three-pointer, or the last 2 by Cathcart. Great shot there, making it look easy. Yeah, here's a shot by Morris. He's got it good.
One of the fans got down to the floor and started arguing with the ref on the far side of the floor on that call.
Chambers for 3. No good, too strong. Battle there for the rebound, and O2 just sneaks in there and come up with it and get the layup.
Tyrell Miller and Cameron David for the Lambton Lions. And
O2 saying he's money right there. Hawks leading this one 94-74, a lead at 20. And we'll get a look at that Kevin O2 bucket they just made.
Right there, what a shot. Money celebration raining all day, he says. And Humber almost puts this game away with not much time left. It has been all Humber Hawks in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really much that Lambton could do now to come back in this one. I think it's more damage control time for them.
Yeah, for sure. They played a great game in this first and second quarter. They did great efforts coming back after the timeout. But in the third and fourth quarter, as I mentioned earlier on in the game, once Coach Omar Miles starts analyzing the game and starts realizing, and he makes those in-game adjustments. He put those in-game adjustments in quarter number 3, quarter number 4. Lambton calls a timeout. Humber continues to play their game and extends on the lead. So Coach Omar Miles, once again, adjusting the team and using the pieces that he feels will move the Humber Hawks, and the result says exactly that.
Yeah, he didn't win OCAA Men's Basketball Coach of the Year for nothing. Certainly showing they deserved every bit of praise that he's gotten all season. His first year head coaching, such an impressive job he's done really bringing this team together in such a short time, in such a short season.
Yeah, 11-0.
Darius Canty getting the bucket there. Trying to lead down to 18. Lambert calling for teammates to come back. There's Chambers now. He'll work the ball up court. Lambert Cador now. Humber's gonna just be content to milk as much clock as they can. Screen set by Chambers there. Lambert Cador going inside, can't get the bucket. Chambers rushing in there for the rebound, picked off there by Canty. Going up, smooth move there by Tadrian Morse to finish the play and get the bucket.
A 16-point lead now for the Hawks. Lambton with a little bit of urgency. More defensive pressure.
Yeah, it's do or die time for them. Just 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Good ball movement here by the Hawks.
Shot clock winding down.
Kaskar for 3. He's gonna airball it with 2:50 left to go.
Great effort by Kaskar, but couldn't get there.
Going inside to David, that's good for the bucket. Timeout called here by Humber.
And after the momentum shift here, Coach Omar Miles says enough of that. We're gonna try to rally our troops back and get back to our game.
Yeah, 14-point lead, still, you know, a sizable amount, but not insurmountable.
Yeah, with about 3 minutes left on the clock, Omar Miles just wants to play it safe, make sure we get back to our side of the game. Humber Hawks get back to their side of the game, and just make sure the troops are on the same page, and that way they can lock it down as they had been for the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, a bit too much sloppy play there coming at that last timeout. Omar Miles is just gonna try and reset and get his team refocused after that one. We gotta look at a little highlight reel of some of the Humber baskets here in the fourth quarter. Besides that last slow stretch, they've really been on fire.
Yeah, they've been great. Frank Mitchell right there with a big dunk that got the crowd going. And then pulling out some tricks from the rabbit's hat, or magician's hat. Going with some amazing passes there that we don't usually see Frank Mitchell. And there's 0-2 with the dunk. Everybody's joining the dunk party today. And that was the contact that we were talking about that Omar Miles was not happy about either. No call by the referee, but
let's see how the troops respond here. 2:41 left to go in the fourth quarter.
as this gym has continued to fill, now you see a little bit more of the Lambton Lion fans, but you also see Redeemer Royals and St. Clair fans starting to come in.
Kaskar now, run up to the hoop for Mitchell for the slam. What a great alley-oop there. Kaskar to Mitchell.
Frank the Tank makes some noise.
Whatever Omar Miles told him at timeout, it's working, clearly. Picked off there, Chambers with the ball. Ball advanced up court in time. Kaskar with it now. Gets the screen by Mitchell. Goes back to Mitchell. Going for that inside move, but that one's poked away by Cameron David.
Let's take a look at that dunk by Frank Mitchell. What an absolute monstrous dunk. There's Daquan Kaskar, finds Frank Mitchell, and Mitchell just slams that one in.
Chef's kiss, picture perfect.
And that ball will go out on the Lambton Lions. Humber Hawks ball once again.
6.4 left on the shot clock to work with. Still plenty of time to get a play going.
And with that, Jimmy Rich will come in for Rashawn Chambers for Coach Omar Miles and the Hawks.
Here we go. Kaskar fakes, goes up. On the foul there, won't get it. Shot didn't go. Darius Canty with 2 minutes still left to go inside the fourth quarter. Stops up by the foul line, shot no good. Mitchell with the rebound, almost poked away there by Miller. Cathcart now. Fouled by Miller there. It's going to be his first of the day.
There'll be a foul on the floor. Miller trying to play a little bit more, with a bit more urgency here for the Lions.
Team foul number 4.
And the next foul is going to send Humber in the bonus. So Lambton out of fouls to give.
Yeah, 16-point game with 1:45.
Labrador trying to go inside. Lozig was looking for Chambers. Miller now rushing up court. Goes up against Chambers. Big block, but they're going to say it's a foul. Excuse me, that was Raheem Dennis getting that foul going up.
Yeah, they're going to call that a blocking foul.
His third foul. Humber still with a foul left to give, though. Up by 16, 96-80. Minute 36 left to go in this ball game.
Tyrell Miller for the Lions gets that one in.
Lambton fans here still not giving up hope. Mid-30 still much of time to turn things around, but this gap is getting pretty big.
Well, you know what they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
And she hasn't come out yet, has she?
Not yet, but we've had the big guy making some noise on the court.
That's right. Cathcart fighting his way through. Gets a screen there, going inside for the layup. That one falls.
Nothing but net. What a play by Cathcart.
98-82, the Hawks lead. Shot there by David, no good. Lambertors are going to run to that rebound.
Yeah, the time all in favor of the Hawks now. They just have to make sure they just take it easy, take control of the ball. Just enjoy.
Cathcart going up to make that layup. Minute left to go in the ball game. Hawks get to 100. It's 182 here. Tough shot there, and gets it to go. Tadrick Morris. Poked away there by Miller off Cathcart. He's going to go inside and get that layup to go. 186.
Humber is going to call a timeout once again, just to make sure that we're on the same page to close this game out, which shouldn't be a hard task looking at the time here, Andrew. And as this game is about to get wrapped up, we're now getting joined in the arena by St. Clair and Redeemer Royals, who will be taking the court inside the Hawks' Nest for the next game, for the second semifinal tonight.
Yeah, berth in the OCAA men's final on the line there as well. And assuming Humber makes it through, that also is a battle for a berth in the CCAA National Championship. So double on the line for that one.
Yeah, for sure. And Humber, just as we mentioned, they've been steamrolling through opponents. And tonight, Lambton started to give them a little bit of trouble in the first and second quarter, as we mentioned, after the timeout. But those minor in-game adjustments by the Hawks and those little details or attention to details by the players and Coach Omar Maud in the third and fourth quarter, Lambton Lions called the timeout, and Humber just continued to play their game. And look at that timeout. The timeout ends. Coach Omar Maud's first one out of the circle. All smiles out of that circle. He's been happy with how his players have played the final part of this game.
Yeah, and how could you not be? Humber on top really this entire ball game. We look at down our score sheet. Lambton has never led in this ball game.
No, they came close. It became a one-possession game, one-point game even a couple of times, but Humber stayed atop. Once they get the lead, they don't like to give it up a lot.
Chambers almost forced to back up in his own end. Shot clock down to 6. Lambertador passes it out. Chambers, 3 seconds. Cathcart, no good off the front of the hoop. About 3-second difference shot clock, game clock. Great pickoff there, Dennis. And Humber's just going to want to run out the clock here. 17 left to go.
Yeah, Lambertador is just going to hold the ball down. And the song comes alive inside the Hawks' Nest.
Still 6 seconds left, but players already starting to leave the court. They know this one's over. Humber is going to play for the gold medal here tomorrow. 186 the final score. Jaquan Cascar loves it. Manny, you love it. I love it.
I love it. You love it. Everybody loves it. The crowd's loving it. Daquan Cascard, Frank Mitchell walking up to the crowd, telling them to get loud in here. And great sign of sportsmanship between both teams after a hard-fought battle. Best thing about sports is the handshake line. No matter how hard you fight on the court, once the whistle ends, sportsmanship always prevails.
And the mutual respect here between both these teams. Such a hard-fought game to open up this tournament. Couldn't have asked for a better one to get things started over these next 2 days. Manny, we're just getting started, aren't we?
Yeah, Humber Hawks headed to the gold medal game here, and as we mentioned, they will be facing one of Redeemer Royals or the St. Clair College, who are going to be taking the court inside the Hawks Nest next. Andrew.
And of course, it's all the lead up, the road to the 2022 CCAA Men's Basketball National Championships right here at Humber College. And Humber's got to feel pretty good about their chances going into that gold medal game and hopefully the lead up to that national championship later on as we get a look at some of the players leaving the court. And that will do it for us here now. For myself, Andrew Milani, my broadcasting partner, Manny Cowher, and the rest of us here at HSN, thank you and join us at 8 o'clock for the men's game between St. Clair and Redeemer. Don't miss it.